Alright, hear me out. This is So Says Mr. Thunder. I'm Mr. Thunder, and today is Tuesday, November the 21st. You gotta forgive me for being late on this one, y'all. I was on a little vacation this weekend, so I'm kind of trying to get caught up with my time and my timing, so just bear with me on this one. But if this is your first time coming, I appreciate you for coming. It means the world to me that you made it here somehow. You heard about it, and now you're listening and spending a little time with me. If you're returning, definitely appreciate you for continuing to support and just spend a little time with me and people that I've had on here on this podcast. It's been a beautiful thing. This year has been great to me. I can't complain for anything. I think that it's been a journey, right? Every day is part of the journey that we are supposed to be on. So I'm grateful for it, and I'm grateful for the things that I've learned, the people that I've encountered, the situations that I've had to deal with, and just life in general. So today I just kind of want to talk about something that was put on me. I really didn't put any serious thought into this until it came around. And most recently, I've had the opportunity, not only through this podcast, but just how life has set things up is, I've had the opportunity to have deep conversations with multiple people and things like that, and realize that my part in these conversations are based upon my position. Not by title, not by seniority or anything like that, but just by position, the position that I've been put in. And, I can use the example of my job, my friendship, my family, in all those, just life. I have a position to play. And that position is dictated based upon, what God has in store for me, what he's put me on this earth to accomplish. And life is something, right? Life is almost like it's a game. Every day you wake up and you got to geek yourself up to put yourself in the game. And your position dictates how much time you spend on the field or on the court or just out there in the presence of everyone else that has to encounter you, right? Your position is very important. And similar to, football, everybody has a position. It's full of a team of athletes. Basketball, full of a team of athletes. Baseball, full of a team of athletes. But each one of those athletes have a position to play. And that position determines, I guess, if you want to say, the success of the team. Not one person can win the whole game for you, right? You have to be part of a team, but your position is very, very, very important and intricate in this web of life that's being woven. And sometimes we lose sight of that, right? We forget our position and we want to play a different position, and we find out that we're not really, we're not as successful as we thought we were going to be, or we might experience brief moments of success that will, make us or make you think that you need to go in a different direction. You need to switch positions. And in the long run, you realize that, yeah, short-term gratification, or success will give you that boost that you need to get through the game. But you realize that the record at the end of the season ain't what you wanted it to be because stepped off of position. So I'll use me as the example, right? And this is just me speaking in general. I am the oldest child, in my family that I grew up in. I have a younger brother, by 2 years, and I have a younger sister by 7 years. And this is the family that I know. This is the family that I grew up with. These are my blood brothers and sisters. Um, Albeit that we don't have the same dad, but we have the same mother, and no matter how you shake it, that's my brother and that's my sister. And growing up, my whole life, I've had to be the big brother, right? Like my job and my position in this family was to be the big brother. I was the one who was supposed to be the example. I was the one who was supposed to be there when, times of making decisions for right or wrong. I was the one that was supposed to influence that, or at least be the example of what to do or what not to do. I would, get the first line of ass whoopings when it came down to it because I was the oldest, even if it wasn't my fault. But that was my position. That's the position I was put on this earth to do. I was meant to be the leader of my brother and my sister, and eventually be a leader in this world. But growing up, you don't think about that, right? You just you do what you're told, and the expectation is the expectation. But the first opportunity I had to just lead that position, I took it, because I felt like it was time for me to move on to the next level of what my position entailed. So there were decisions that I made that caused me to remove myself from the team and the family, and no longer be the big brother, at least in the sense that I was put in the family to do. Right, I was that was my job, whether I liked it or not. I was the big brother. But then when I got in the world and I kind of started doing my own thing, I became a father. I became a manager. I became a coach. I just became a leader in certain different areas where, my position of a big brother allowed me to be good in these new positions in life. But in doing so, I started to lose sight of what I really am supposed to be to certain situations, right? Realize where my position is. I would lose it as a father because sometimes I would become selfish. I would want to just kind of be, all about me and lose sight of what my position was as a father. When I got married, my position as a husband, there's plays that are drawn up specifically for you to be successful, not to score sometimes. And I think I was all about wanting to win the game on my own. And sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But what it did do is it caused me to forget sometimes my position, my natural position. And in doing so, life in general, things happen or whatever. And I would get calls just random from my brother about things. I'd be reached out to by my sister about certain things. And every now and again, more often than not, actually, because I talk about her, my mom. And my mom would constantly ground me in what I'm supposed to be doing, based upon, the feedback that I was getting. And I would tell her about how my brother and my sister were, reaching out to me. And I'm confused. I'm like, I haven't, really talked to them. I haven't seen them. And I feel like they asking me for advice, or they're looking for my opinion or validation on some things. And that's confusing to me. Like, why is this happening? It's weird. Because I don't feel the connection, because I've been away for so long. And she had to remind me of my position. I'll never forget this. She told me, she said, Ramsey, I hear everything that you're saying. My confusion for you is, how do you not realize that you're the big brother? That is your position. No matter how old you get, no matter how far apart you guys grow, your position is always going to be a big brother, and you have to be ready to play your position when called. And that hit me. I had lost sight of it. The coach had to come in and remind, the star player that, hey, this team is leaning on you. They need you. They need your guidance. They need your leadership. They need something from you, because right now we're on a stretch where we need to break through, and we need you to play your position. and don't deviate from it. Have you found yourself questioning, what is my position? Have you realized that you've been playing the wrong position for a long time? Did you try switching positions and find out you're not successful? Did the position that you were originally in change and you became a better player? Life is crazy. But the one thing you got to understand is in this game that we play for life, your position is very important, and it's only going to be successful if you play it. Do you play your position? Do you want to learn another position? Is the position you playing right now really not panning out for you? Maybe you need to, explore another one. Who knows? But the one thing we do know is that your position at that time has a purpose, and you have to play it with the intention of winning, not just scoring. Are you out for stats or are you out for wins? Is your success based upon the things that you accomplish, or is it based upon the things that you accumulate? These are the things that we need to think about and understand that in times where you question why, you also have to realize that it's the position that you're playing that plays the most important role in this game of life. Thank you for letting me get that out. Thank you for sharing a little bit of your time with me. I appreciate you so much. I hope you got something out of this. I definitely did. And I believe that everybody has a position to play. So I'd love to hear from you when you have time. Just go ahead and give me some feedback. Reach out to me. You can find it on Instagram. So says Mr. Thunder. Do a simple search on Google. It'll pull up on YouTube. All of the podcast platforms that are out here, and I'm continuing to perfect my craft. So I thank you for spending a little bit of time with me and just letting me get that out. So this has been So Says Mr. Thunder. I am Mr. Thunder, and I am a Native American of this country, and there ain't a damn thing you do about it. Go ahead and reach out and give us some feedback. Even if you have something that you want to talk about or you want to share the wisdom that you learned that God has put upon your heart, because he has put you in position to play that position to gain success and abundance in the game that you choose to play. You just got to know when your number is called, it's time to perform. I appreciate you, and I look forward to hearing back from you. You can find me on this one right here. This podcast platform is Spreaker, but you can find me on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. It gets transmitted to YouTube and Facebook. I'm working on, actually going to be working on a website, and probably some graphics and merchandise. Who knows? But if you want to go ahead and jump on board or jump on this podcast, I definitely want to hear from you. But give me 10 minutes of your best. Until next time, I appreciate you. And never forget, play your position. Peace.